Hey, you guys, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Thank you for being here. Lots of love and many blessings your way, and to all my new subscribers, I certainly appreciate you being here. Welcome. I hope that you find something that you really enjoy about my channel and stick around a little bit. And okay, well, let's get on with this. I was asked to research the transgender agenda, and really, during that research that I've been doing for the last several days, I have found out that the Queen, during an interview, and the interview had took place in the early 90s, when asked what her favorite television show was, she didn't really watch TV. She was more into shows. And so she said that Godspell was one of her two favorites. And so I went out and I found the movie Godspell on Amazon Prime, and I watched it 2 nights ago, and I was completely disgusted, but it made perfect sense that she loves that movie. And it's about, it's so gross. It's about 9 people who are portraying Jesus Christ's disciples along with Christ. The females, I'm gonna stop here and say something. I'm the first one to really deny, I don't think they're tranny. They might, like a long time, people would say Michelle Obama was really a dude. I just never seen that in her. I always felt like she was female. And of course, I don't pay that close attention. I just, whatever. It's bizarre, but that's just the way I see things. And until I find it out for a fact, I'm not going to say one way or the other. But I will say this. Watching that movie, that's really what jumps out at me initially within the first 10 minutes of that movie, where the women were definitely men. Okay, and I know there's one, and her name is Lynn Thigpen, I believe. She's an actress that was on Carmen Sandiego, and I used to love that show growing up. And that tells you how old I am. I was old when I was watching it, if you want the truth. Anyhow, she's always been very dudeish to me, and I do believe that these women in this movie are men by birth. I'm not gonna lie. And so, anyhow, I do feel that's the facts. The women and Jesus being a clown, they dance around and they're singing according to the Gospel of Matthew, and that's just not the truth. And on the cover of it, it says the Gospel according to today. And it was in the early 70s when this movie was brought out, if that tells you anything. So it's super blasphemous. Like I said, it portrays Jesus Christ as a clown. During the baptism, they wash behind his ears with a sponge and make a big mockery and a joke out of Jesus. And then he's in a holy junkyard in the middle of New York City, and they're dancing around. It's almost Sesame Street sort of esque, and it's honestly, I kind of got thinking at first that it maybe had the same set that Sesame Street, took on. But anyhow, it's very colorful. They all have different face paints on. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And Judas has lightning bolts on his cheeks, and it's very symbolic. It's full of symbolisms, definitely Masonic symbolisms. Hand signs, their tongue sticks out. They do all these hippie dances, and it's terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had really prayed about it before I watched it, and I ended up praying during and after. I felt convicted. And God convicts me of everything I do. I'm not going to lie. He really does. Excuse me. Anyhow, long story short, it's just a disgusting movie. And the reason I believe that she loves it so well is at the end, it shows the clown, Jesus Christ, being executed. He's on the chain link fence. Crucified on the chain link fence, and then at the end they put him on a red door and they haul him off between the Masonic arch and the pillars, and they're all singing their hippie songs. He's dead, he's dead, he's dead. Well, he's not dead, because if they showed it according to the Gospel of Matthew, they would have known that Jesus Christ resurrected He didn't die. He is our living God. He is a living God. He's not dead. But anyhow, so that's her favorite musical. I also went on to find out some other information while I was digging around for this stuff. I found out that King William II from 1056 to 1100 AD was a transgender. It was said that he was an active trans woman when not handling his business. He's best known for his hard stance against misogynistic Christians. King Richard I from 1157 to 1199 was an openly gay man that is known as a gay icon in the the LGBTQIA, I believe, community. Richard the Lionheart was sharing himself quite openly with King Philip II of France. King Edward II from 1284 to 1327, he was not just a gay fella, but he was infatuated with the same-sex relationships in the homoeroticism, not the partnership, He wasn't trying to have a life partner or a soulmate. He was just looking for the homoeroticism. He wanted the kinky sex. There's heterosexual eroticism. There's people that don't want to make commitments to, in heterosexual relationships. They're just in it for the kinkiness. Okay? But anyway, King James I, from 1566 to 1625, this guy was married and openly bi. His nickname was actually Queen James. And here's what bugs me regarding this ordeal. This joker is the one who spearheaded an English language translation of the Bible. There's actually a modern version that expunges all anti-gay references titled the Queen James's Bible. Real quick, I want to say this too, and I got to talk fast. In that movie Godspell, like I said, Lynn Thigpen, she has a tree painted on between her eyes, almost like exactly XXX Tentacion has. And then my King James Bible has that same tree on the front. That freaked me out. I don't understand it, and I've got to look it up and find out why. Queen Anne, of course, 1665 to 1714. She had a relationship with Sarah Churchill, and Sarah Churchill, and it's actually a descendant. She's produced Winston Churchill and Diana, Princess of Wales. She also founded the Churchill-Spencer dynasty. She was always threatening Queen Anne because she was quite jelly, and trying to blackmail her, hold her hostage every time when they had a squabble, threatening to show their love letters. And then there's Prince George, the Duke of Kent, from 1902 to 42. He was lovers with Noel Coward. He had one, Noel was one of many lovers before that joker died at 39 in a plane crash. And then Princess Margaret from the 1930 to 2002. This lady is the Queen's wildest, wild little younger sister. She was involved in all kinds of scandals, from divorce to drug abuse and many lesbian affairs. We all have it in our family. It's not up to me to judge. I'm not eating one way or the other. I've got friends that are lesbian, gay, and I've got two transgendered friends that I love dearly with all my heart. So, I can't say one thing or the other. I'm not God, and I don't know their heart. The one I do fault is the one that's infatuated with homoeroticism. If you're in it for the kink and not the love, that's weird to me. But anyway, I want to tell you real fast what I did notice about all this. And there is an agenda between UK and Scottish. The government they're trying to push transgender on children, on young children between 4 and 10 in the schools. They've signed some sort of paperwork. I did find that out. They're trying to push that on the children, to not allow them to be children first, to find out who they are, not giving them a chance. They're just trying to get them already to change genders. And they're teaching them how to do so between the ages of 4 and 10. It's in their school curriculum. They've signed it. But I will say this. Oh, God, I'm running out of time. I have noticed that none of their pictures look the same from one picture to the next. Now, that's what I need to research. Not the transgender agenda. I don't know much about that. I can't find much about that. But why do these jokers, every one of them, look different from one picture to the next. They don't ever look the same. You'll see that in the pictures that I provided here. But anyway, you guys, check out my Bible and look at that tree marking on that woman's forehead and tentacions in my Bible. I don't understand that, but I'll get to the bottom of it. You guys take care, be blessed, and I'm